This is Chong Kim, and welcome to part 3 of chess in Ruby. So let's see where we left off. Okay, we have a failure here, and the failure is because of long castle. So we have to handle this situation. Okay, so let's go to the source. Okay, so we handled the regular king castle, but we also have to handle the long castle. So to save a little time, I'll just copy this, turn this into long castle. The piece is still the same. It's still an illegal move if the king is not there, and the path is different. It goes from E1 to A1 instead, and to A8 for black. Okay. Next is that this is the king. The king is on E1, so E1 goes to C1 in this case, and the rook goes from A1 to D1. Okay, and D8 for the black. All right, so let's take a look. All right, it looks like we're past this now. Oh, actually, yes, we're past this point now. We have a different error. It says undefined local variable ambiguous. Okay, let's take a look. Ambiguous. And the reason why is because here's ambiguous, but I didn't set that up. So let's ambiguous move that new string and self. All right. So this is saying that it's an ambiguous move, and okay. So what is the move? Rook H. Okay, here's Rook H to G8. Okay, so it doesn't know which one to make, and that's because we don't handle this situation. So let's see, we have the file, and oh, this is really interesting because we have the file information here, but we're not actually using it. Let's see where file is being used. And I did a search, and it's not being used at all. So here's file, and it's not used. So we have the information, we're just not doing anything with it. So let's see. We should do a select. So we have the list, and we want to filter those out. So delete these items. So we have the index here. And the items that we want to delete are, actually we want to keep. So let's say select. We have the file, so we want to make sure that whatever piece we have, this is only under the condition that it exists, the file exists. So m file exists. Okay, and we need to convert that into a number. So I'll just say that's to file. I could say row and column. I think row and column would probably make more sense than file, because file can be like a Unix file in a directory, so that can get kind of confusing. So file actually means the column. So I'll just say column in this case, to column of index, and that should equal to column of m file. Okay, so what we want to do is make sure that this to column handles both a number and a string. Okay, so this should break. Okay, and undefined group name reference file. Okay, so this is interesting because file. Oh, it's right here. We just changed it to column. Okay. All right, undefined method to call. All right, so let's write some tests for to call. Okay, so to call if A, okay, so that should be 0. To column of 0 should be 0. Okay, and to call of 8, which is the next row down, that should also be 0. Okay, and just to vary this up, B should be 1. And we should also do this as well, 1. All right. Oh, I'm missing parentheses here. All right. Okay, so now we have to write to call. IDX or letter. So actually, oh yes. Okay, so if it's a string, so IDX is string. Okay, if it's a string, then let's do the conversion, which is IDX ord, which is, yeah, it's kind of misleading. Yeah, I'll just leave it as IDX because IDX or string. I'll just keep it as IDX. Okay, so and then we subtract off the A, and that should give us the value IDX. Okay, and then now we can do the operation on it, which is IDX mod 8. That's to call, and to row would be very similar process. So actually, yeah, let's not write it until we need it. Okay, illegal move. Okay, so we went past that point. Now we're on a different thing. Actually, this is a good thing because we have 1-0 because this is the end marker, saying that the game has finished. And so what we want to do when that happens is continue on to the next game. And okay, continue on to the next game. So let's go all the way to the bottom. So this is our move code. Our move code is quite big, but logically, this is doing some basic stuff. I mean, just an assignment statement. This is basically a shorthand for some more assignment statements. There's not a lot of logic here. Another assignment statement, 2 tests for illegal moves. So even though this is long, it's not really logically intense. There is some things here where, we do some restriction checking, making sure that the column is there. We also should handle the file, but we haven't seen any. The file is usually a little more rare, so but we should eventually handle that as well. Okay, so illegal, ambiguous. Yeah, this is mostly assignment statement taking up a bunch of space here. Okay. All right, so now we need another condition. Actually, it's not over here because it's actually in our tests. Because in our tests, we want to check M. So if M matches this scenario. Okay. Okay, this slash can be a little bit confusing because we need to escape it, but I don't like that, so I'll just turn it into parentheses. Actually, I don't want parentheses either. Curly braces, quotes, maybe quote. Okay, all right. Yeah, and the reason is because there are slashes in here, and I don't want to use slashes as delimiters. I don't want to use parentheses because parentheses are used. Actually, this slash, okay, it's not necessary anymore. All right, so if it's any one of these, then let's start up a new position. So we'll just say position is equal to, oh, okay, I started up a new session, so I should create another abbreviation for position. And so we just have another setup here. We start up a new game. And just to make it a little bit more obvious that we'll just set the game count. Okay, and then we'll just initialize it to 0 over here. So game count is equal to 0. And when this is printing it out, yeah, we'll just actually put it as a string. So game count. Okay, so it'll do that and it print out the position. So let's see, game 0, and it sees 1 0. Okay, do we save this? Okay, so that means that this is not being handled. Oh, it is handled, but the problem is that it's still continuing on. So this should be in the else clause. So else. Okay. Unexpected curly braces. Let's see, 191, 161. So 161. Oh, we've got to end the if. Okay. All right. So this is good. We went through a whole bunch of moves, and it failed because this is a form that we haven't specified yet. So let's make that real. So D1 is equal to Q. So that's a pawn promotion. So okay, so okay, we have the situation. So we just handle here. Okay, so it would be right before the plus. So this is an optional thing here, and it starts with equal, and the piece, the promote piece, will be right here, and that's going to be the set rook, knight, bishop, queen. Okay, so minus the king and pawn. Okay, I think, oh, and see, did I think a little bit too much? No, we need one more. Okay, so we have the question mark. Okay, so now we have the promote. Actually, we need to put a question mark in front of it to designate that this is a label. Okay, so we have a label here, and so when should we do this? We could do this. We're moving the piece here, and we can do this right after we move the piece. We can do the promotion. So only if it's a pawn, though. So if there is a promote and it's not a pawn move, then that should be illegal. So raise illegal if the piece is a pawn and the promote actually exists. So if the promote piece exists, oh, and it's not a pawn. That's what I want to say. If it's not a pawn and you're trying to promote, then throw in illegal. So if it is a pawn, if the piece is a pawn, and there is a promote, okay, we have a target square. So we can say that the position's target square, which is the target index, that's going to be equal to the promote piece. So M promote. Okay. All right. So okay. This is something that I don't really like, which is that you know, a function getting too long, and I could put this in a handle move, but this is closely tied to the regular expression that's set up over here. So I for now I'll just keep it like this, and if it gets if it gets really hairy, then I'll convert it. But I'll just keep it like this for now, because there is a lot of logic in there. Oh, we still have this same problem, illegal move. See why the problem is. Okay, so it still thinks that it's a legal move, and it's breaking on line 136. So 136, it's right here. So the piece is not a pawn. But okay, so what is this piece referring to then? Piece. So the piece should have been, oh, that's because it could be a black pawn. So either pawn, so upcase. And when we do the promotion, we have to okay. If we do the promotion, then we have to make sure that the promote piece, okay, so send, if it's white, then we want to say upcase, otherwise downcase. Okay. I think I'm going to break this up into a new function because this is starting to get a little bit heavy. So I'll just say handle move piece. Okay, and we'll set the parameters when we need it. And we'll just take this whole thing. Okay, and we just put it here, including the if, and we replace it with handle move piece. And we'll, okay, so and we can kind of chain this down. So we'll just say it will return true or false. So handle move piece, and then we'll have handle castle. Kingside castle, so assuming. And this will be handle long castle. Okay, take this. Actually, this goes along with the castle. And we'll fix this up all later. Okay, so that's long castle. So we'll just pipe it through handle castle or handle long castle. Or if it all fails, then we want to raise the error, raise the illegal. Okay, so and then when we're done, we'll actually move the piece. So this is our code so far. Okay, and we'll probably need to pass parameters. See, probably just the string and the position. Actually, we can probably do it on the position. Make the move on the new position. Okay. And okay, all right. And let's see. and it should take in a string. So all these should be able to take in a string, and probably just do it in this form. So it kind of chains down, so it'll do this, and then if it fails, then it'll do that. If it fails, it'll do this. They all take a string. All right. All right. So then we will change this. This is not going to compile because of this. So we'll just say end and else false. Okay, and then this will be an if condition, and else false. Return true. That it has that is handled. Okay. Oh, we need to end this. Okay. Else, and we need an end. And then true, else, false. All right. Okay, and all these takes a string. Okay, looks like a syntax error on line 172. Oh, we have ambiguous here as well. Okay, so we'll just throw it manually then. Oh, and then here, there's an error here. Let's see what the error is. Okay. This is interesting because this is, okay, this is syntax error. Oh, wait a minute, there's something obviously wrong here because these defs are not lining up properly. Because actually they are lining up properly. Okay, and move. Okay, so it doesn't like this. Oh, and illegal doesn't exist. So raise illegal move given the string and self. Oh, it's new. Still curly braces. This is interesting. I think it's because of the raise. I'm gonna do it a different way. I'm gonna just have a variable here saying result is equal to false, and you just do it this way. Just kind of break it up. And now we will say if not result. Okay. If result is false. I'll just do it this way. All right. Undefined local variable position 132. Okay, so handle move. So now you're doing the move on the actual position. So we want to do it this way, and this should be self. And 174. What is it complaining about? Peace. Right. Peace. So depending on what that string is, the en passant value, I think, okay, we have some other problems too, because with en passant, that requires the source index and the target index. And okay, so I think I'm going to get rid of this. Actually, not get rid of it, but move it inside of handle move. Right. Because the castle and the long castle, they're not pawn moves. So we would always set the en passant flag to 0 or nil. So we only want to handle the en passant position here. Okay, so depending on the value source, okay, so this makes sense. And we also have to make sure that the en passant, actually it's not position anymore. It's just this. Okay, so the en passant is going to be nil and is nil. Okay. Okay, undefined local variable piece in 178. Okay, 178, piece. Okay, half move. Okay. So we'll do the same thing for this. This only would take okay, the half move be incremented only if it's a pawn, but for here it's always going to be incremented. So half move is plus equal to 1, and full move. Okay, en passant e4. The en passant square is not being set. So it's over here. I don't know why this en passant is, oh, it thinks that it's a variable. So let's do that. Okay, so we got past that point. Undefined method plus for nil class. So it was able to get through. Okay, so let's see. The error is in line 136. Handle move piece 136. It's right here. Piece.upcase. Huh. That's really interesting. What is the error? So there's a plus. One of them is nil. Oh, half move. Okay. This is very interesting. Half move. Okay. All right, I think that should take care of it. Oh, okay, so now we got to this ambiguous situation. And we got up to game 19, so we've gotten pretty far. So it's on 130. Okay, here's 130, ambiguous, doesn't exist. This time we're going to create it ambiguous move, takes a string and self. And we'll do the same thing for illegal over here because that's the same error, illegal move. Okay, so take a look at other arrays. Here's another arrays. So Okay, so that looks all right. Huh, long piece. Okay, it looks like pieces, for this, the piece is not used. So I'll just get rid of it. That means that this is unnecessary as well. Okay, syntax error 144. It's right here. So there's a syntax error here. Oh, it's because raise. Okay, and did I make that same mistake? No, okay, so, oh, same mistake over here. Okay. Oh, this is 144. Oh, I still have that illegal in there. Okay, so this is going a little bit far now. Oh, ambiguous move. Okay, so now we actually okay. The reason why this is an ambiguous move, it says that the rook is there are two rooks that are able to go to e1, this square right here, but actually only one of them is able to go there because this rook is pinned by the black queen. So it's impossible for this rook to move. So what we need to do now is um, allow the king, well, not allow, but we need to check that the king is not in check when the move is completed. So I think this is a good stopping point because we made a lot of changes. So let's see. Okay, so we made quite a bit of changes, and we should okay, we should commit. So I think probably a good idea is let's see, I don't know how long this ran for. So um, let me do a commit and start up a new uh, chess session. I mean, a new screencast session.